Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So just finished my workout here and thought I'd talk about something that just kind of occurred to me as I was lifting weights at the gym. When you finish your workout with the Body Space app, you got to give your rating for the workout from 1 to 10. I put a 9 today because I did a pretty damn good job. And it occurred to me, like, if you can't give yourself a 9 on something that you're doing, why the fuck are you doing it, right? I mean, if you can't give the effort on a scale of 1 to 10, if you can't at least give it a 9, probably shouldn't be doing it. You're probably just wasting your fucking time, and you should spend your time doing something else that you can give a 9 or a 10 to, right? If you're gonna give a 5 or a 4, you might as well not do it at all. You might as well instead focus on the things that you can give a 9 or a 10 to, right? And so it's one of those things where, you know, I catch myself slipping up here as well from time to time where I forget about this, right? And I do some things half-assed sometimes. You know, I'll admit it. You're lazy, you're tired, you don't feel like doing something. So, you know, the better choice is to say, either I'm not gonna fucking do it, or I'm gonna give it a 9. And the answer is give it a 9. Give it a 9 or a 10, right? I mean, you can always make that choice if you're gonna do it, right? And if it's, and don't get me wrong here, what I'm not saying is that if you don't feel like you can give it a 9 effort, if you don't feel that, then you don't do the thing. If if I'm getting ready to go for a run, I don't feel like running, I'm tired, or I don't feel like going to the gym, I'm not saying, okay, I can get myself off the hook and say, well, I'm not gonna give it a 9, so I'm not gonna do it. No, the answer is, if I'm going to do it, then I'm gonna do it at a 9 or 10 level, right? It doesn't get you off the hook, but it just means that when you start to do the thing, when you take the action that you know that you need to take in order to reach your goals, give it the effort. Give it at least the effort of the. You can always control the effort that you put into it. You can't control the results, but you can always control the effort. And if you remember that, and if you realize that, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing and psych myself up until I'm ready to give it a 9 or a 10 effort. If you do that, then you're gonna be so much more successful, because the thing is, the difference is the effect, the result that you get, both the physical result and the mental result. If you give something a 5, you get much less result. You get half or less or a quarter of the result that you do if you give something a 9. You give something a 9 or a 10, you might get 5 times the result. And really the effort level is not that much more. The difference between a 5 and a 9 is really mental. It might not even be that extreme of a difference, but the result, the end result that you get from that action is so much greater. Now, if you think about it from the mental perspective too, right? The thing is, when you go and you do something and you give it your 5, you feel like shit afterwards. You feel like you didn't do it at all. In fact, you feel worse. You might be beating yourself up because you gave it a 5, right? Because you didn't put in the effort. But when you give it a 9, when you give it a 10, you feel psyched up, you feel pumped, you feel like you actually accomplished something, and it gives you that momentum. Remember, I did this video on momentum, you can check out here. It gives you that momentum that pushes you forward. Success begets success. So you got to remember that. So basically, you need to ask yourself this question. If you're not going to give it a 9, at least a 9, why the fuck are you doing it? If you like this video, click the subscribe button below and give me a 9 or a 10 of the effort. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.